everybody! So today you just have me. Last time when we did our story time video about how we got locked out of our apartment, it kind of turned into a similar One Direction story. And because I've seen Harry in concert a few times recently, I've had several people ask me to tell the story about how I met Harry. But before I do that, I kind of wanted to go into my whole One Direction in New York experience, because it's kind of crazy. I completely understand if you are not interested in this at all. Completely understand. You don't have to watch the video, and that's that. You can catch us on our next one. But for those of you that do want to hear about it, here we go. I have Papa with me, so she's gonna help me tell stories. So it all started actually freshman year of college, so this was 2011, and they were on the X Factor December of 2010, but it was March 2011. One of my roommates freshman year, I had three, went to the Today Show to see One Direction, and I had no idea who they were, what it was. I thought she was crazy for getting up so early, going to the Today Show. Little did I know it's gonna be me in a couple months. So she gave me their CD to listen to, and instantly I was hooked, full on hooked. So now just fast forward to the following fall. That was when I actually met Alex, and she loved them too. And so basically some of Alex and I's first experiences together and first times hanging out was when we were stalking them. I use stalking lightly, outside their hotel room, skipping school, trying to go to their concerts, all of this craziness. So that all kind of started there. So I'm gonna actually insert some pictures as I'm talking, so you can see everything that we went up to. But there's one time where they were staying at a hotel. We knew where it was, and so we went to go stand outside of the hotel because we wanted to meet them so bad. Which now that I'm telling all of this, it's kind of mortifying to talk about, but in the end it all paid off. So we stood outside of this hotel for 12 hours. Our parents thought we were insane. Okay, so I don't think we ever actually saw them there, but we did see some other people. That's when Zayn was dating Perry from Little Mix at the time. We got to meet her. We met some of their parents and stuff, but I don't think we ever actually saw them. So then I think I had said that this was before Madison Square Garden. This one actually wasn't. This was before when they were doing the Today Show. So we went to Rockefeller Center a couple days in advance. We got in line, but this was 3 or 4 days in advance, and we're like, crap, we have school, you can't leave the line, we'll lose our place, crazy. So we actually, and this is terrible guys, this is so bad, we made friends with the little 10, 11-year-old, 12-year-old girls that were in line in front of us, and they promised that they would hold our place in line. And so we got to go home, sleep in our own beds, eat meals, but we did. We went and bought them blankets. We made them cookies. We bought them some granola bars and stuff to eat in line, but they held our place in line for 3 days, so we didn't have to. So ridiculous. Long story short, we got our wristbands, everything. Then you could leave, once you had the wristbands, you could leave, and then you just had to come back in the middle of the night, before the show, and you were guaranteed a certain spot. So we left, we went home, we made a sign. I'll insert this picture here. Oh my god, ridiculous. I think Alex actually still has the sign. So we made that, and then we actually went back to the hotel to try and see if we could see them before we went back to Rockefeller Center, but they were all leaving, I think, to go see Justin Bieber's show. I think he was playing in Brooklyn at the time. And we did actually see them all leave, but they were in the car, so we didn't full on see them. So then we went to Rock Center, slept on the street, started pouring down rain. My friend Chandler sat in tar. It was a whole big ordeal. We were so tired, it was ridiculous. And we were at the very front of the first general admission section. But what they don't like to tell you is that the friends and family and VIP, that is a huge section, and that most of the people that you'll see like on TV, like on the Today Show when they're playing those shows, that's all VIP. Like, you're far back if you're just at general admission. And it was so crowded. We stayed and watched their sound check, so we did see them perform that. They did all their songs, you know, it wasn't like full on, but they were out there, they were singing, they were interacting with the crowd. And after they finished sound check, the three of us just looked at each other and we were like, oh my god, like, we can't do this. And so we left, and our parents about killed us because we spent all that time and effort and we didn't even stay for the actual show. But I don't think unless you were there, like, you would fully understand like how miserable it was and how, like, oh, I can't even explain. It was terrible. So anytime they came to New York after this, we'd try and go see them all the time. And preface this, Harry is our favorite, as you obviously know now. And anytime, I'm not going to go into all the details of everything, but anytime we were like outside their hotels or we'd see them, we saw everybody but Harry. Never saw Harry. It was really upsetting because that was the one person we wanted to see, we wanted to meet, never saw him. So it was pretty sad. So then now fast forward, God, like 2 or 3 more years. We were still well into like our One Direction obsession, but we didn't really like, we still loved them a lot. We went to all the concerts, but I think by this point we didn't really like go to the hotels or anything. We didn't like doing any of that. So we were actually had dinner reservations at a restaurant called Dos Caminos, the one in Meatpacking District. We had reservations there to meet up with some of our friends. This was like not a standing reservation, but it was a place we went to a lot. I just want to preface this was not because of this, but we had reservations there for days. Like, it is what it is. So turns out Harry was staying at the hotel across the street from this restaurant. We did find that out like maybe like a day before, but again, we did not make the reservations because he was staying there. Ashley likes to think that we did, but we did not. They were done before that. I didn't even make the reservation. So we found out he was staying there, but we never even went to the hotel or anything. So we show up to this restaurant for our reservation, and the restaurant has like 2 levels, and they took us upstairs to our table. And right by our table, pull up, hang on. So right by our table, there was a window, and we're sitting down, like trying to sit down, like I hadn't even sat yet. And I hear my friend Matt say, oh my god, Harry's out there. And I turned around and I see Harry like standing outside the front of this hotel. I grab Alex's hand and I drag her down the stairs of this restaurant. Like, we had literally like just gone up. Like, the like hostess was still standing there like seating us. Like, we weren't like sitting or anything yet. I grab her hand, we run downstairs and we run across the street. And by the time we got across the street, there was like a pretty good crowd of people. So we like went around to the back of it because I was like, I'm not pushing into this. Like, I don't want to be like, you know, in it. So we went around to the back because even though we were like, maybe he won't like go all the way, but like I didn't want to like push in. I wanted to like actually have some time. And so he did. He made it through the crowd, and then we were some of the last people that he talked to. So he stopped, we took pictures. I'll insert these here, and actually, as you can see, Alex's picture is not very good. I was taking it, to be honest, I was probably shaking a little bit. The camera for some reason was really slow on my phone taking that. I did offer to go back and take it again because we went back up to the restaurant and then we noticed he was still out there. So I did offer to take her back out there and take it again, but she didn't want to, so. But she still loves it because it's kind of like in the moment. But yeah, we met him. I was taking pictures of him like coming up through the crowd. But yeah, it was such a cool like moment, but it was also kind of underwhelming because I feel like as we were like these young girls, we were building up this like whole thing of meeting Harry, and then he's just like a normal person, and you know, he was just like, hey, what's up, you know, and it was kind of underwhelming, but also amazing and great at the same time. So yeah, that's the story of how we met Harry. So I hope you guys wanted to hear that story. You enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a big thumbs up and make sure you subscribe right there and watch our latest video right there. We'll see you guys next time. Bye!